In this day and age, my friend, everyone has problems. I mean, you may think to yourself that yes, those who have tons of money right now, they don't really seem to be strong with anything. But my friend, I'll tell you one key thing. Yes, everyone has problems. The misconception to believe that those who have money have not their problem. They have problem, but they simply have found a way to simply look at the problem and relate to them in a totally different way. So in this particular video, my friend, I'll be sharing with you just a few basic techniques you can use right now to simply help you change how you perceive your problem, how you relate to the problems in front of you, and how you can regain the supreme confidence that you so deserve in this season. All right, you don't want to miss this one. Dimitri here. Let's get right into it. As I was saying at the very beginning, the misconception that most people actually experience as far as life is concerned, they tend to believe that yes, those at the top don't have any problems. They say to themselves, yeah, because money seems to be able to resolve all kinds of different problems. And nothing could be further from the truth. As a matter of fact, the funny thing is, as you spend more time for life, you come to realize one key thing. The more money you make, the more or the bigger problem you're going to be attracting to yourself. That's just a fact of life. But one of the key reasons why life seems to be so enjoyable for those at the top is because they don't relate to this thing called problems or issues the same way that most people simply relate to them. And I'm just going to give you just one basic example just to actually illustrate what I'm talking about. And after that, we're going to get to the step you can take to actually change the way you actually perceive the issues or problems in front of you. In 1798, in France, a young man, a young officer by the name of Napoleon Bonaparte was facing a tremendous challenge in front of him in his short military career as an officer. They said to him, all the Australians, they've actually gone back to Italy, they've actually regained some of the territory that you guys used to be in charge of. So you have to find a way to actually go back and regain access to this territory. But unfortunately for the French army, the access to Italy, the portion of Italy where the Austrians were stationed, was actually made extremely difficult. So the only way to actually get to there was to simply to fly. But of course, back in the 1790, there was no airplane, there was no drone. So the only way to get to Italy was to simply cross this thing called the Alps, the mountain. So Napoleon Bonaparte said to himself, I'm a young officer, so what do I know about these kind of difficulties? But of course, I know that sometimes it's not good for you to run away from your problems. So let me just go for it just to actually expose myself to this thing called the Alps. So he brings his army officer, he brings his army close to 40,000 people. He says, let's go close to the Alps. And he asks this officer the key question. So now that we're in front of this huge mountain, the key question is it possible to cross the Alps? The officer speaking, he says, yes, General, yes, it is possible. But he said, no. What was the first part of the answer? He says, yes. Let's just stick to that. If you say it's possible, let's find a way to actually make this happen. Can we get a few guys to start climbing to see if it's actually possible? And as they start going, say, see if they can make it, the rest of us can also actually make it. So let's just start finding a way to cross the Alps and find ourselves in Italy. And that's exactly what they did. So to the great surprise of the Austrians, we're not expecting to see the French army in Italy. By the time the French actually landed in Italy, the Austrians simply said to themselves, my goodness, this guy must be crazy. If he was able to cross the Alps with 40,000 people behind him, so there is no way we're going to be able to actually challenge this guy. So you know what? The rest, of course, was just history. So as far as you and I are concerned in 2023 and beyond, the key thing to remember as far as our situation is concerned is the following. No need to run away from your problem. That's the first key lesson. Number two, you have to actually go face your problem. Number three is you simply have to find a way to put one foot in front of the other and let basically the momentum you're taking as far as creating some mini victories is going to lead you to a place where eventually things are going to look so effortless. And as you keep doing that, you're going to simply see that one key thing that Napoleon Bonaparte learned through this experience is the fact that every problem that comes to you, my friend, if you look closely, you're going to come to see that every problem comes with simply what we call an expiry date in today's language. Every situation you're facing when it comes with an expiry date. But if you simply decide to focus on the fact that the problem seems to be so big and magnify the problem, you're going to miss on the fact that you could have actually overcome the problem by simply getting closer and taking all the steps you were supposed to take to simply overcome the problem. And while you're doing that, simply say to yourself, it is possible, this too shall pass. pass, these two shall pass, and these two shall pass. And the more you grow, the more you're going to realize that your problem is going to start shrinking, and before you know, you're going to be the victor that the enemy or the people on the other side could not possibly see in you. Alright? So again, face your problem in the eye. Give yourself some mini goals, some mini milestones to actually look at as far as what you are supposed to achieve is concerned. Keep moving and see how basically all these mini goals, all these mini features are simply going to give the momentum that will bring it to the top. And before you know it, the size of your brain is going to shrink, and you're going to remember what I said to you, that yes, every problem, every difficulty come with an expiry date. And before you know it, you're going to be crowned the victor that you are so designed to be. Alright, I'm gonna stop you right now. Before I go, 4 key things I kindly ask you to do. Number 1, numero uno, make sure you smash the like button so YouTube knows that we're actually delivering great value as far as what we do on a daily basis is concerned. Number 2, please make sure you leave a comment in the comment section telling me where you're watching me from and how basically this video are impacting you. Number 3, please make sure you share this video with as many people as possible. And last but not least, my friend, last but not least, please make sure to subscribe if you have not already done so, so we can continue to grow as a tribe, as a family, and more specifically as the army of victors that we are so designed to be. Alright? Love you so much. I'm out. The best is yet to come. But as I keep saying, my friend, now for the best we manifest, you and I have to remain intentional. Your mountain is something you're supposed to conquer. Oh my goodness. Your mountain is something you're supposed to conquer. And the only way for you to conquer a mountain is to face your mountain, look at your mountain, and start taking one step after the other until basically everything becomes effortless as far as your journey is concerned. I'm out. Take care.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe